Cat Fitness Games 2025, Workout 3, Whip and Rip, is for time. Each athlete will complete 30 toes to bar, 30 double unders, 30 V-ups, and 30 double unders. Your score will be the total time taken to complete the workout. If you do not complete the workout, your score will be the total number of repetitions completed before the 5-minute time cap. For movement standards and any other information pertaining to the respective divisions, please see the judges' scorecard and movement standards document available on Competition Corner.
Bonjour tout le monde et bienvenue dans le studio Les Facs en forme, Et je suis votre hôte, Coach Saul. Comme toujours, avoir de l'eau à proximité, avoir un espace bien dégagé et sécuritaire. Et si jamais il y a des étirements qui ne vous conviennent pas, dites-moi dans les commentaires pour que je puisse vous donner des alternatives pour ces mouvements, pour ces étirements-là. Okay, hello everyone and welcome to the Canadian Armed Forces Fitness Studios powered by PSP. I am your host, Coach Saul. Like always, have water nearby, have space to stretch in, and if there's any movements or stretches that don't agree with you in your body, let me know in the comments so I can give you alternatives for those movements. Frank is here online on Zoom with me, so I hope that if ever you want to join me on Zoom, you got it. Okay, that way you can ask questions directly. You don't have to get off and type. You can just ask me questions directly. Okay, before we get into our mobility session for today, just read the disclaimer, which is up on your screen right now. Avant de commencer, veuillez lire l'avis de non-responsabilité qui est affiché sur l'écran maintenant ou lisez-le dans la description. Il y a également un lien vers Wordly dans le chat de cette vidéo. Wordly, c'est pour les sous-titres ou bien vous pouvez me faire parler n'importe quelle langue que vous voulez, mais veuillez noter que les traductions par IA peuvent ne pas saisir toutes les nuances de la langue d'origine. Okay, so there is a link towards Wordly in the chat right now. Wordly is for subtitles, or you can have me speaking whatever language you'd like, but AI translations may not capture all the nuances of the original language, so just something to note. If it comes up with something weird, then just know that's not what I said. All right. Everyone, it is time to get into a comfortable position. We're going to start with some breathing before we get started. Okay, once we're finished with our breathing, then we're going to just do a full body head to toe stretch from A to Z. Okay, we're going to stretch all the way from our neck down to our ankles. Okay, so I want everyone to find a comfortable position. You can even stay standing if you wish. I personally am going to sit on the floor. Okay, and I always like to do breathing before we start mobility sessions because it kind of gets us in the mind frame of breathing. Breathing is especially important when we're doing mobility and stretching because if we're doing shallow breathing, our muscles are going to be tight. If we do deep, full inhales and then deep, full exhales, we're going to be getting rid of the bad stuff, getting the muscles the oxygen it needs to kind of relax and thrive. Okay, so sitting in a comfortable position with your legs crossed or legs open or legs, you could be sitting in a chair if you wish, or you could be sitting in a butterfly position. Okay, from here, I want your hands on your forearms rather, on your thighs, alors les avant-bras sur les cuisses ou bien les genoux. Et je veux que vous tournez vos paumes face en haut. Okay, so I want your palms to face up so that you're kind of opening up your lungs here. Okay, close your eyes if you wish or not. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to inhale for a count of 5, hold our lungs full for a count of 5, exhale for a count of 5, and hold our lungs empty for a count of 5. Follow me on the inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inspiration. Hold. Expiration. Et maintien. Inspiration. Maintien. Expiration. Maintien, poumon vide. Inspiration. Maintien. Expiration. Maintien. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. And hold. All right, let's return to our normal breathing. I just want you to empty your mind and I just want you to think of what I'm saying. And not even think, I just want you to kind of react to what I'm saying. All right, so I want everyone to either come to a kneeling or standing position. Either one works. Okay, I'm going to just stay in a kneeling position here. So I stay in the middle of your screen. Put one hand behind your back. Use the other hand to grab and pull. Okay, so you should already feel a stretch in the shoulder that's being pulled on. Now, what I want you to do to add to that stretch is I want you to lean in the same direction you're pulling. Now, while maintaining your head tilt, we're going to inhale and look up. And as you exhale, look down. Maintain the head tilt. Inhale as you're looking down. And exhale as you look up. Inhale. And look down. Inhale. And look up. Inhale. Look down. Inhale. Look up. Come back to a neutral position. And now let's switch sides, slowly release. Secouez un petit peu le bras juste pour assurer que tout va bien. Oui, on peut faire des mini cercles de bras comme ça. Très bien. L'autre main en arrière. On tient et on tire avec la main opposée. Okay. Inclinez la tête vers le bras qui tire. Et en maintenant l'inclinaison de la tête, inspirez et regardez vers le haut. Et expirez, regardez vers le bas. Tout en maintenant l'inclinaison de la tête. Inspirez et expirez, regardez vers le haut. Inspiration et expirez vers le bas. Inspiration, expirez vers le haut. Inspirez et expirez vers le bas. Inspiration et regardez vers le haut pour la dernière fois. Et finalement, grande respiration. Et on regarde vers le bas. Excellent. On retourne à une position neutre. On lâche le bras et on secoue un petit peu. Shake it out. Do a couple circles. Make sure your arms are good. Very nice, very nice, very nice. Okay, now I want everyone to stand up. I want you to take a nice wide stance, just for stability's sake. Then I want you to reach one arm across the chest. I want you to put your thumb at the wrist. And then I want you to pull in, okay? What this is going to force you to do is you can't relax your arm like this. You got to make sure that your arm stays straight and you're pulling on the wrist. And that way you're going to feel it a little bit more in the back of the shoulder, more near the scapula area. You can play around up and down like this too to get a little bit more of a stretch. Keep that arm extended. Three, two, one. Work your way up the arm now and just pull across. You may feel it a little bit less in the back, like in your shoulder blade, but you're definitely going to feel it up in your shoulder here, up in your delts. Let's switch over to the other side now. So first, reaching across, thumb at the wrist, keeping that arm extended, pulling across at the wrist, and you can go up or down depending on what you feel. Et 3, 2, 1, on va tenir maintenant le haut du bras et on va nous donner un petit câlin juste pour tirer un peu plus haut sur le bras et on va le sentir dans les delts, dans les deltoïdes, je sais pas, dans l'épaule. Je sais pas les termes français pour le deltoïde. Oui, c'est ça? OK. Frank me confirme que ce sont les deltoïdes. 3, 2, 1, très bien. On va maintenant étendre le bras au-dessus de la tête et on va aller toucher le centre du dos si on peut. Et lorsqu'on touche le centre du dos, on peut aider à pousser vers l'arrière avec le bras opposé, avec la main opposée. Et en gardant cet étirement, on peut s'incliner dans le sens opposé du bras qu'on étire en ce moment. Alors, c'est-à-dire que si j'étire ma bras droite, je vais m'incliner à la gauche. Et on change de bras. Alors, redressez-vous et secouez un petit peu. Et maintenant, on atteint le bras au-dessus de la tête. On va aller chercher entre les omoplates. On aide avec le bras opposé. Grande respiration. Et en expirant, on s'incline vers le côté opposé du bras qui s'étire. Trois, 2, 1, on se redresse et on revient à une position neutre. On peut rouler les épaules vers l'arrière. On peut respirer. On peut sourire. Parce qu'on est jeudi. Il fait beau dehors. Ben, à Ottawa en tout cas. OK, et on roule vers l'avant. Nice job. Et un petit stretch final. On fait des petits câlins. En fait, les gros câlins comme ça. Des gros élans de bras. Nice job, everyone. Okay, last stretch for the shoulders and chest and upper back is going to be a forward fold of the hands in front, and we're going to round out the back as much as possible. Okay, so one hand over top of the other. Push your hands together. Round your back as much as possible. Chin on your chest, and really try and kind of lean from one side to the other. Really stretch out your rhomboids, everything that's between your scapula, your shoulder blades, and your spine. Okay, really get your head down. That way the upper back will be stretched fully, extended fully, or flexed, or whatever the term is. Very good. Now, let go of that. Lace the hands together in behind and push those fingers towards the floor while we open our chest up to the sky. I may need to switch my grip here just to allow me to do that. So I'm switching my grip to hold the fingers type of thing. Something I'm working on, though, is better shoulder mobility. Puff that chest up. And 3, 2, 1, shake that out. I don't know about you, but my shoulders kind of fell asleep there. Might mean I need to do more mobility for my shoulders. Okay, everyone, let's hit the deck on an all fours position. Okay, alors on va se mettre au sol à 4 pattes. Et ce qu'on va faire, on va on va étendre le dos. Okay, on va recourber le dos en inspirant. Et en expirant, on va arrondir le dos et amener les hanches vers les côtes. Et alors, inspirez, main en dessous des épaules, genoux en dessous des hanches. Et expirez, on monte le dos jusqu'en haut. Et on recourbe le dos en inspirant. Et en expirant, on arronde le dos. Encore une fois, inspirez. Expirez. Inspirez. Expirez. Encore une fois, inspirez. Et expirez. Bravo. OK, maintenant, on va faire des pass-throughs. Alors, on garde une main au sol. La main opposée va en dessous des côtes. On met le coude et l'épaule au sol ainsi que la tête. Et on garde cette torsion dans le haut du dos. On peut aussi ajouter un petit peu de résistance en appuyant l'arrière de la main au sol. Alors, cet étirement peut être passif ou bien ça peut être actif en appuyant la main. 3, 2, 1. On se redresse un petit peu et on va faire la même chose sur l'autre côté. Alors, on glisse la main en dessous des côtes. On amène l'épaule et le coude au sol. On met la tête au sol et on reste dans cette position, soit en poussant la main au sol pour ajouter un petit peu de résistance en arrière, ou bien on tient cette torsion de la colonne vertébrale Et on tient. Trois, deux, un. On revient à la position neutre. Et maintenant, je veux qu'on s'assoie sur les talons avec les genoux écartés. On allonge les bras devant nous et on passe la tête entre les bras. Okay, so we're going to go into child's pose here. So sit back on your heels. Reach your arms out in front of you. Push your head through your arms. And you know what you can do here? You can put your hands in front of you. You can push your hands into the floor. And then you can round your upper back. Make your upper back nice and round. So pull your belly away from the floor. And round that upper back. You're going to feel even more of that stretch in your lats, which is just under and behind the armpits here. Nice job. Relax for a moment. Place your right hand on top of your left hand now. And now push down again, just with a slight reach to the side. So if for those of you who have trouble visualizing from the side, so from here, I put my left hand out a little bit, and then I reach over with my right hand. Try and have your right hand right on top of that left hand. That way you're really going to feel it in the lats on the right side. And switch over to the other side. So place the right hand all the way over and then left hand on top and push through. And come on back up. Awesome. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to stretch out the hips. Okay, and we're going to stretch out the quads as well because hips, quads, We're going to stretch out the hips. Quads and glutes have a lot to do with the hips. Okay, then we're going to stretch out the quads and the calves and the hamstrings because that all pulls on your knee, right? So we're going to stretch things one at a time to make sure that we're supporting all the muscles that are around the joints aren't pulling on the joints. We're going to make sure they're loosened up. Okay. Next up, we're going to do Samson stretch just to start by stretching those hip flexors. Okay, so Samson stretch, getting into a lunge position this way. We're going to drive the hips forward and down. Okay, and then if you want to hold on to like the wall or something like that, you can, but otherwise, drive the hips forward and down. Squeeze your bum, not with your hand, okay, but I want you to squeeze your bum in terms of like contract the muscle. See what happens when I contract the muscle? See, it brings my hips into a neutral position, which then I feel it. It's like, oh, okay, my hips were a lot tighter than I thought they were. Okay, so it can be a passive stretch if this is good enough, but it can also be an active stretch by really squeezing the glutes to get that pelvis into a nice neutral position. And then you're really going to feel the stretch. Okay, back arm. So whichever leg is on the floor, that's the arm that's going to reach high. And then you can lean away from your hip as well. So you can reach high and then you can lean towards the right side if it's your left side on the floor, or the left side if your right leg's on the floor. And relax. Come on back. Let's switch to the other side now. Okay, so I'm going to turn around. You don't have to, but I'm going to turn around. Again, squeeze the glutes. See, that brings my pelvis underneath. Then I'm going to drive my hips forward and down. Back arm reaches high. And then I can lean in the opposite direction of the arm that's reaching high. OK, alors on contracte les fessiers. On amène les hanches vers l'avant et vers le bas, tout en gardant la contraction des fessiers. On amène le bras arrière, alors c'est-à-dire le genou, le même bras que le genou au sol, vers le haut, et on peut nous incliner, nous pencher vers le côté opposé du bras qui est allongé au-dessus de la tête. On garde les fessiers contractés, une autre respiration. Très bien, et on se redresse un petit peu. Excellent. OK, maintenant, on va étirer l'intérieur, les adducteurs. OK, les adducteurs, c'est vraiment des muscles qu'on n'étire pas trop souvent parce que la plupart des gens ne savent pas qu'il faut les étirer. OK, alors, on met les mains au sol, on met une jambe étendue du côté comme ça, et on essaie de garder les orteils ainsi que le talon au sol. OK? Là, on s'assoit vers l'arrière et le plus qu'on est incliné vers l'avant, le plus qu'on va le sentir dans les adducteurs. OK? Et vous pouvez faire des petites… on peut basculer un petit peu aussi pour aller chercher un étirement dans tout. On a 5 adducteurs. OK? D'en avant jusqu'en arrière, ou ça, juste avant les ischio-jambiers. So we got 5 adductors. We got to go back and forth a little bit so we can target all of them, so we can touch all of them. Okay? Make sure you're breathing, because if we're not breathing, we're not relaxing. We're not allowing our muscles to relax. And this goes to show everyone how mobility is important. When I was doing karate every day, I could do almost the splits. I would be way deeper in this stretch than I am right now. But guess what? I stopped stretching my adductors every day. I stopped doing the splits every day. I stopped practicing, and I tightened up a little bit. That's what happens. But that doesn't mean that I can't get back to where I was. Doesn't mean that I lost it all either. It just means makes a difference stretching every day. Three, two, one. Okay, come forward and then bring that knee to the floor. Make sure you're good. Maybe just go from side to side now. Make sure the outside of the hip isn't too tight. Okay, now keeping that knee on the floor, you're going to extend the other leg to the side. You're going to sit back, stay forward. Okay, sit back, but bend forward, I should say, or fold forward to find more of a stretch. And then, like I said, we can rock forward and back. To try and hit all of those adductors. Breathe, people, now. I can't hear you breathing through the screen. Just kidding. Nice. All right, and coming forward and out of that stretch. Beautiful. All right, have a seat on the floor now. One leg in, one leg out. Okay? One leg in, one leg out. And now we're going to stretch out the hamstrings possibly. For me, I feel it more in a stretch in my glute, but that's only because I have tight glutes and have trouble maintaining like a figure 4 and stuff like that. But hopefully you're going to feel this in your hamstrings a little bit. So reaching for one foot with both hands. Alors, une jambe pliée, pour moi, ça étire plus les fessiers dans cette jambe pliée, mais je sens un petit peu un étirement en arrière dans les ischio-jambiers. Trois, 2, 1, on change de jambe. Alors, en étend cette jambe-là, on plie l'autre jambe. On amène les deux mains au même point. Alors, si vous ne pouvez pas atteindre le pied avec les deux mains, comme ça, vous pouvez tout simplement réduire un petit peu l'amplitude pour que vous pouvez avoir les deux mains en même place. Alors, soit le genou, le tibia, la cheville ou bien le pied. Grande respiration. Trois, 2, 1. Redressez-vous. Nice job, tout le monde. OK, on secoue un petit peu les jambes et on met les deux jambes en avant de nous. On va maintenant garder une jambe étendue. L'autre jambe, on va mettre en arrière ou l'autre pied en arrière comme ça. Et on va nous coucher vers l'arrière. Coucher, nous incliner vers l'arrière. Soit que vous vous tenez sur votre main. Okay? On veut sentir l'étirement dans les cuisses, okay? Dans le quadriceps. Okay? Et ce qu'on va faire, c'est on va aller chercher plus d'étirement avec plus d'amplitude. Alors, si vous vous tenez sur la main, c'est une chose. Si jamais vous cherchez plus d'étirement, vous descendez sur le coude. Et si jamais ça ce n'est pas assez, on peut descendre jusqu'à l'épaule. Oh my gosh! Et l'autre chose qu'on peut faire pour aider avec l'étirement, on peut contracter les fessiers comme dans l'étirement sans son, ou bien on peut étendre le bras au-dessus de la tête comme ça pour aider à chercher plus d'étirement. Très bien. Trois, 2, 1. Redressez-vous et on change de jambe. Alors, l'autre jambe va en arrière. Très bien. On va descendre sur soi la main, le coude ou l'épaule. On contracte les fessiers pour pouvoir étendre les hanches un petit peu plus et on allonge le bras au-dessus de la tête. Grande respiration. All right, 3, 2, 1. Sit up from there. Come out of that stretch. Shake it out a little bit. I know I could sit there all day. I love the quad stretch, especially because I find when my quads get tight, my knees start to feel it. Okay, a couple more stretches to go here. Okay, we're going to reach our legs out in front. Reach for your toes. This is the ultimate hamstring flexibility test. Okay, so if you can't reach your toes, that's okay. Reach your ankles, your shins, your knees, whatever you can. But folding forward and trying to keep your chin down as well. Okay, and come on up. Redressez-vous. All right, now we're going to get into that half lunge or the half kneeling position again. It's going to look kind of like the Samson stretch, but the target is completely different. I don't want you to bring your hips forward this time. Your hips can be back if you want. Okay, then what you're going to do is you're going to drive your knee over top of your toes as far as you possibly can. If you have something like a wall nearby, you can try and drive your knee towards the wall by putting your fist between your toes and the wall and then just trying to drive your knee forward. If not, like me, that's totally fine. You don't want to put your knee against the wall. Then just from here, I want you to push either with your hand or your elbow on your knee, and we're just going to drive forward. Now, if your heel starts to come up, we're not going to get as much of a stretch there. So keep the heel down and drive the knee forward, okay? And you're going to feel that in your soleus, perhaps in your upper calf, your gastroc. If you're a runner, you need to stretch out like right down into the Achilles. You need to stretch the ankles. Very important. Drive that heel down. Okay, you can even hold your heel down to the floor if you want, and then push on top of your knee. And switch to the other side. Okay, so come on out of that stretch. Make sure you're all good. Same thing, driving your knee forward, elbow on top of the knee to help it drive forward. And then if you're having trouble keeping your heel down, like if your heel comes up like that, you can use your opposite hand to push it down towards the floor. We want the heel to stay down. We want the knee to drive as far forward as possible. Inspirez du nez. Souffle de la bouche. Inhale from your nose. Exhale from your mouth. and come on back. Nice job, everyone. Now let's return into that comfortable position that you were in at the beginning of the session. Okay, alors retournez à cette position confortable que vous étiez, que vous avez tenue pendant le début de la séance. Okay, les avant-bras sur les genoux. Okay, put your forearms on your legs, on your knees. Turn your palms facing up. That way we're going to kind of open the chest here as opposed to kind of just slouching like this. So sit up tall. Open up the lungs. Deep breath in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Last one coming up here. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. And relax. You can return back to your normal breathing. And that is it for the day. Okay, so you can keep your eyes closed if you want. I'm going to play the outro video. Just a reminder that if you're a participant in the CAF Fitness Games, which, by the way, I'm super grateful for everyone who is participating currently or who has participated maybe in week 1 or 2 only. Super grateful for your participation in the first CAF Fitness Games. And I look forward to not only our other initiatives, but I look forward to the second edition of the CAF Fitness Games next year. Because we can only go up from here. So awesome. Thank you so much, everyone, for your support. And don't forget the submission deadline for this week for Whip and Rip is tonight at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. OK, alors n'oubliez pas, je suis vraiment reconnaissant de tous les participants, toutes et tous les participants dans les Jeux fac en forme dans notre année inaugurale. Alors, j'espère que vous avez eu du plaisir et je vous rappelle que ce soir à 23h59, l'heure de l'Est, c'est votre date limite et temps limite pour soumettre vos vidéos et vos scores pour workout numéro 3.
Is it tomorrow, 27?
Oh, yes, you're right. Yes, you're right. Sorry, I'm so used to yes, thank you. I'm so used to the other weeks. So yes, it is tomorrow, the 27th, because I give everyone an extra day, seeing as it's the last workout. Thank you, Frank. Merci, Frank. Alors, c'est demain à 23h59, l'heure de l'Est. Alors, vous avez un jour d'extra pour compléter et soumettre ce score-là. OK? Alors, je vous remercie de votre participation, non seulement dans les Jeux fac en forme, mais dans la séance de mobilité d'aujourd'hui. Et passez une merveilleuse week-end. Et si on ne se voit pas lundi, parce que moi, je vais être là, mais si vous n'êtes pas là lundi, joyeux fête du Canada. Fête du Canada? Yeah. Happy Canada Day, everyone. If I don't see you on Monday, I will be here Monday, but if you're not there Monday, then happy Canada Day. Celebrate this great nation, and we'll see you back on next Thursday for mobility. All right. Have an amazing day, everyone. An amazing weekend. We'll see you next week.
Les Jeux Fac en forme 2025. Entraînement numéro 3. Fouetter et arracher. Et pour le temps, chaque athlète doit effectuer 30 toes to bar, 30 sauts à la corde double, 30 V-up et 30 sauts à la corde double. Votre score correspondra au temps total nécessaire pour compléter l'entraînement. Si vous ne terminez pas l'entraînement, votre score sera le nombre total de répétitions effectuées avant la limite de temps de 5 minutes. Pour mieux connaître les normes de mouvement et obtenir toute autre information concernant les différentes divisions, veuillez consulter la fiche d'évaluation des juges et le document sur les normes de mouvement disponible sur Competition Corner.